This week, we want to give you all insight on how our shelter operates.
So we asked our staff what they wish they could tell you about sheltering.
There's a lot of people that are behind the scenes, so it takes a lot of work to shelter one animal, and so it's not just the animals that are in the shelter. There's a lot of staff that take care of the animals.
I kind of wish that they knew that it wasn't just fun. Like it's a lot of fun to work here, but it's also a ton of work and it takes a lot of time and patience.
Just how much work it is. I feel like we're always expected to do more, even though we are always doing the best that we can. That's always the hardest part.
That staff every day pours their heart into every single animal, down to making sure they have the right bed in their house, all the way up to behavior modifications and seeing the vet if they need to.
We all are trying our best to give them like a really good life, and they don't, I mean, a lot of dogs are stressed here, but they don't just come here and suffer. Like, we take really good care of them.
How great the animals have it here.
Animals, just like people, they all have imperfections. Some of them have different personalities. They're all unique in their own way, and I think that animals sometimes in the shelter struggle and they get stressed out, and most people I think know that, but I think it'd be great for people to understand that their personalities sometimes are not truly shown in the shelter.
Just because a cat or dog has made their way into our shelter, it doesn't mean that there's anything necessarily wrong with them. A lot of times they're like people. Maybe their landlord wouldn't allow them to have the pet, or the pet just wasn't the right fit for their circumstances, but it doesn't mean that that animal can't find a great home in our community.
Most of the dogs that come here actually enjoy their stay here.
I wish people knew that although we are called the Humane Society of Western Montana, we are not affiliated at all with the AHSUS. We're completely private, and we rely on donations and fundraisers to make every single dollar that we spend on the pets in our care.
All of the work that goes into providing those services, there's so much behind the scenes work and so much that we do every day.
I wish that people knew that the shelter didn't have to be a last resort. If they're thinking about rehoming their pet, that they could reach out to us for help if they have behavioral needs with their animal or financial needs. So I wish people would come to us.
I want them to know where it's headed. So I think a lot of people just think about the shelter in its present, and I think about it a lot in its future. And so in the future, we are going to see more home-to-home placements, foster-based adoptions, and more medical care for the community, and more outreach to our community. And so shelters across the country that are progressive are becoming more like service organizations that are reaching out to their community and helping people keep their pets in their homes for as long as possible.